What is up, everyone? Today this is like what, phew, my second stream of the day, but only my third stream of this week. I do have four. So today we're going to be I'm gonna wait for some people to trickle in, but for anyone who's like wondering what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the basics. I don't know about y'all, but I find it really fun to make like fun little projects using the easiest code. It's like no thinking, only fun. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making an instrument emulator in with only HTML. So one of the daily challenges is making an instrument emulator. So you could make it like play piano, make it play guitar, whatever. I decided to take my own little twist, and just because I am not great at graphic design, I went ahead and made this soundboard. Let me go ahead and show you what I have made. Let me also make sure I'm sharing some sound with you. Okay, so if we show this, so this right here is my soundboard. This is kind of how I was when I created this. So it's a very simple, only in HTML, okay? We have a soundboard. Okay, so I'm going to recommend that, I'm sorry if this is really loud, I'm not sure what the audio levels are. So just to give you all a warning, I'm about to play an audio file. We'll start with a nice harp, okay? So then that plays some music. I can also play and pause it. I can also, what else can I do? I can make someone sing, do a gong, and some congas. Okay, so this isn't perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a project that we're doing just for fun to get us to make sure that we know how to have fun with our code. That's the most important thing. We don't want to, keep doing all these projects that have us getting burnt out. We need to remember, what brought us to coding and what made it really fun. Also, for anyone who hasn't checked in, make sure you go to hackpack/hackwithmara to go ahead and check in. I think I stole this idea from like Robbie or John K. I'm not sure, but hackpack at hackpack/hackwithmara. That's how you're going to check in for this event. So fun fact, the way that I first got started with programming is I had a Tumblr in middle school. And if y'all remember Tumblr, you could edit your blog. So it had HTML and CSS, and it was all these cool things. I didn't really know what it meant. I just knew I could copy and paste this, and it would make my background like this really cute animation. So this kind of gives me flashbacks to the blog vibe, and also when I first started learning HTML and CSS. I think the first time I actually made a website with HTML and CSS was literally, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. So it's crazy. I made like my first website with just plain HTML and CSS, and then I made one with a Bootstrap template, and that was like one of the first ways that I got into coding and felt like, I can make a project. So without further ado, we'll kind of look at how we can go ahead and make this soundboard. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and share this screen and share my whole screen with y'all. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to start out, I'm going to zoom in for y'all. We're going to go ahead and start out with just this repellent. Okay, it's pretty plain, and I'm going to go ahead and send it to y'all so you can go ahead and fork it. So check the comments, pull it up, so that way you can fork it. Yo, this is honestly, Yeah, people who would play their music without warning, oof, it was like a jump scare. Okay, considering you're still, like you're a teenager that you started 4 years ago, that's pretty impressive, and also, your first website is not usually the best. I know mine wasn't. I would 100% agree. I did watch a lot of Twitch clips last night to see if I could clip the perfect audio, and then I realized that I'm not great at it and thought that that might be fun for y'all to do. Um, if you're late, no worry. To kind of give you an idea of what we're doing, I don't think I can share sound if I'm sharing like the whole window, but trust me when I say like when you press a button, it plays some sound, and when you press it again, it pauses it. And it's kind of like a soundboard. So I tried to emulate vibes of like like the little white thing where you press buttons and it plays like different sounds. So I have like the white buttons and I try to press them in. Okay, so and then we're just going to go ahead and start with this code right here. So I'm going to go ahead and send it. We are making this with HTML. There's a little bit of CSS and JavaScript, but it's all in one index.html file. Okay, the only thing like that's where all of our code is going. We do have a README just because it's a README. And then we also have sound files. So, because I wanted y'all to be set up beforehand with sound files so you don't have to spend too much time doing that. But then later on, I would love, as always, I like to like do these with y'all, but then also give you a chance to edit it and make it your own. Yes, this is a static website. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay. I So you work on finding that audio file, and then if you want to hop on stream, I would love to see it. So the way we would show our design is you can either post it on GitHub pages, which I'll show y'all how to do. It's super easy. Or actually, never mind. You can actually just go ahead and go to like with Replit. That they recently released a press release. You do say it Replit. Okay, so with Replit, when you use their IDE and you have like an HTML file, it will automatically make a website for you. So we can just share the link in chat. I'm loving the diversity in music. I'm honestly very here for it. Okay, so that being said, if you do want to do more of an instrument emulator, it's the same basic idea with what we'll be doing like with the JavaScript. The only thing is what's the word? The only thing is that we'll also it's going to be a different look, and we don't necessarily have like the different notes of one instrument. So I wanted to make this so everyone could easily do it and kind of make it their own style, not just a piano or guitar. But that being said, if you want to do it, feel free. Okay, I'm loving this. Okay, so to kind of start out, I'm hoping that everyone has this forked right here. I'm gonna go ahead and send that in the chat one more time. In order to fork it, you go to this no, you go to somewhere. Oof, I've not had to fork. You can always download it as a zip, but let me actually hold on. Google how to fork. How to fork from Replit. This is my classic program remove every time I have to Google something. It's just, it's how real programmers do it. They just look things up. We have internet at our disposal. So I'm gonna go ahead and where is the fork button? Okay, I just might not be able to see the fork button because this is my own repository. Okay. Sub button. Okay, so it looks like y'all should see a fork button right up here. Okay, I will change this to dark mode. Okay. Unfortunately, this like web page is still bright. Okay, so this is just because cool. This is just because this is mine, but if you go to this page, then you can go ahead and just fork it. I will not be forking it because I will be working on this, but I want to make sure that y'all all fork it. Can you clone it using Git? Yes. If you want to clone it using Git, here is the command. Just because I also posted on Git. The really cool thing about Replit is they currently have this in beta, but they have version control that hooks up with GitHub. So I'm going to use Replit just because it has a file explorer, an IDE, a console, and it also shows the web page right there. So it's super nice for me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to zoom in so y'all can see as much as possible. And to kind of start out, I want to bring up, what is it? We're going to do 3 main things today. We're going to, 1, style it. Well, okay, that's not step 1. That's just one of the things. No particular order. We're going to, 1, style it. This is just to make it pretty. It doesn't really have an effect on anything, but I think it makes it look more like a soundboard. Okay, 2, we're going to put in the HTML elements. We're going to put in the audio files, audio elements, as well as buttons. This way we give it some kind of interface so it can play. And then we'll also go ahead and make a really simple JavaScript function so that way we can play and pause music. Okay, that being said, we are doing this all in HTML and it's meant to be a really fast workshop because I want y'all to spend a lot of the time customizing it and making it your own. So if there's anything that y'all want to improve on, you're very welcome to, whether it's design, what sounds you choose, or like the JavaScript function. Okay, so without further ado, I think number 1 step, okay, so you see names, soundboard. Number 1 step, change it to your name, okay? We're gonna make it, that's it. And then if you wanna see like what the, what's going on, all you have to do is just run. And that's how you reload, and now you have the update, Mara soundboard. Now it also looks like we have a button that says, haha, nice. And when you click it, it runs the toggle audio function. So we're gonna go ahead and just click it. And it looks like it's currently connected, that works. But A, there's no music, and B, it doesn't really do anything except print a console. Oh, this is a fun fact. I'm gonna pull that up. Just so if y'all want to check it out, we do love to see free sound samples. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. It looks something like this. I'm not sure if we can use the FLAC audio file. I've never tried it, but definitely something to check out. Okay, so thank you, Sunder. Okay. So next up, we want to make buttons that actually play sound, which means that we have to include some kind of audio element, okay? So if we want some kind of audio element, we're just gonna go to this tag that says audio elements, go here, and we're gonna enter, and we're just going to type audio, and we're gonna close it, okay? So, so the syntax right here is you have audio right there, and then you want to make sure that you go ahead and put down, what is it? You want to go ahead and put down some kind of source. So the way you do that is you just type source, and then you're going to do source. I'm going to leave that empty for now. You're going to say what type of file it is. It's an audio something. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put a message. I'm going to put some kind of message of like, or sorry, hi, your browser does not support audio files. So something I want to show y'all is when I run this, it's not going to look like there's any change, okay? And that's a-okay. We don't need there to be any change right now. Hold on 1 second. If there's no change, that is fine. What we are focusing on is making sure we have some kind of audio file there, so that way we can get it to play when we press a button. So if you go into the File Explorer right here, you'll see that I have a folder called Sounds, and I have about 9 different sounds for y'all to choose from. So I'm going to go with the harp, just because that seems real easy. And I'm going to go ahead and find the source, which, because it's in the same folder, the root directory, I'm going to do /sounds. And then I'm just going to do harp.wav. I think that's a wave file, harp.wave. And then for the type, I'm just going to specify audio wave. If you're using any other file types, that should be a-okay. Just make sure you specify the right kind. Yes, so the really cool thing about HTML files is, yes, we can have 3 languages. We have CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. But it's in just one file because we're doing a one file kind of coding session today. Okay, so now we're here. Again, if I reload it, nothing's going to really happen. But what I can do is I can specify, I'm going to go ahead and give this an ID. So when I want to call it in the function, I know what it is. So I'm just going to give it an ID of harp. I'm just going to give it an ID of harp. This is a good question. Suggest it if you want it to be a challenge. I feel like that could be really fun. Okay, so this is a harp, so I'm going to give it the ID harp, and then I'm also going to figure out how to connect this. So what ends up happening is with JavaScript, you can actually connect to the HTML and get these elements and do things with them. So the way you would do that is with the script, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say some variable, okay, var, audio equals document.get element by ID. And then our ID is harp, so we're just going to go ahead and put harp in. Okay, so all that's happening here is now we have this variable called audio in our JavaScript that's equal to this element right here in HTML. So it's all connected. Then what we're going to go ahead and do, let me go ahead and make it so y'all can hear my sound. So let's make sure that I do this right. Okay. Sorry, Macs are a little funky with sharing sound. Okay. So now if I did this right, it should say audio toggled, but there's also something else we can do where audio is a part of a class where you can use a play method, which means essentially all you're going to do is play the file. So if I did this right, I'm going to go ahead and run this so it reloads that new code in there. If I did this right, then it should grab the audio, play it, and also console log audio toggled. So let's go see if we hear it. Fingers crossed. We got it working. So we have our first audio. This is honestly, at this point, we could do a bunch of buttons, and that would be it. But that's not as exciting, you know? We want to make it so we can have a bunch of different things going, get a bunch of different things playing. So, what we're going to go ahead and do is say I want to have another audio element, which is, I don't know, honestly, pretty easy. You just copy and paste this, or copy it and paste it down below. Obviously, I don't want to have another harp. I already have one. So I want to make sure that I have, let's try a bass drum. I feel like bass drums are pretty cool. So I'm gonna make sure I change the ID to what it is. So it's just easier to read for me. And then I'm also going to change what the file name is. So now it's the bass drum. So now I'm running into a problem of if I run it, this bass drum is never going to play. It's just the harp because that's all that we gave it. So we need to figure out some way to make this bass drum play as well. Does anyone have any ideas or suggestions they'd like to throw out? How can we make it so, make a new button. Okay, new button. Let's try that out. So we have this right here. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Instead of going, haha, nice, I'm gonna start naming them what they actually are, which is harp and which is bass drum. Okay, so if I run it, I have this button and plays the harp. Okay, and let's click this. It plays the harp again. So when you say connect it with JavaScript, what do you mean? How can we do that? Oh, I think someone said replace harp with sound and function. So it looks like in the function, we have something called sound. We have something called sound here. So this looks like it's something that we pass in for each button. So maybe instead of harp, I'll go ahead and put sound here. Okay. So this allows us to, for each button, allows us to specify an ID. So for us, we'll just go ahead and we'll put harp here and bass drum here. Okay. Okay. That's pretty sick. We've got all of them going and we can play them at the same time. Okay. So Sunder, I'm not sure how to do that in plain HTML. I know usually we use frameworks for like automatic generation, but do you have something in mind that we can do in HTML? Okay. And then for query selector all, how would we go ahead? I'm down to use that, but what would you want to do after we get an array of all the audios? I love seeing our ideas. I definitely want to incorporate them because, like, we've got some time. This is HTML. We can code together and figure out how we can do it. That seems viable. Trying to think. That'd probably be, I don't know if I've ever done that. Is there a kind of function or something built in that that we could try out? But that's a good idea, Cinder. Okay, number 1, ceiling fan. Your results don't show in the white screen. For the white screen, are you talking about like the web page? In which case, did you try pressing run again? Run reloads with the new code. Okay. So now at this point, what we have is we have 2 things going on. But the thing is, this doesn't necessarily look the best, okay? So if you remember my last one, it had like a background, it had like square buttons, things like that. So this is where we can start to introduce, it doesn't do any, this is where we can start to introduce some CSS style, but let's see if we can help out number 1 ceiling fan. Number 1 ceiling fan, do you want to share your REPL, your replit URL, and then I can go ahead and pull that up and we can live debug. And then that being said, while like I'm live debugging, I'm very happy to have y'all also chime in so that way we can, you know, practice our debugging skills together. That's the hardest thing. Okay, let me go ahead and make sure I'm sharing my whole window. Okay, web.com/m1 I2 M3 F4 instrument. Okay, let's pull this up. Let's see what's up. Okay, so let's see what the code is. Okay, so the code looks pretty similar. Sorry, kiddo, I love that. Oh, okay, so it looks like the error right here is instead of SRD, it should be SRC, which is short. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing it's not sharing the screen. Okay, so it says SRD. Instead, you need to make sure that says SRC. That is, that's shortened for source. Other than that, that should get it playing. But let's check out what the output is. Looks like you're not, you're right. It doesn't have anything going on right here. So we're gonna go check out the code. Okay, does anyone see anything that kind of puts any like red flags out? Anything that we can do to help out a fellow hacker #1 ceiling fan to get this working? I think another thing here is make sure this A is lowercase. I can't remember if it's case sensitive, but that might be an issue because otherwise this and this don't match. So you want to make sure they do. And then another thing is make sure that there's a slash after the first arrow bracket, because that indicates that it's a closing, a closing tag. So Sender's right. You need to make sure that you're closing the tag, so you need to make sure they say the same thing. So just do it all in lowercase. I think that's typically like best practice in HTML. And then you're just going to put a slash at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and I don't know if #1 ceiling fan is doing that or trying that out, but I'm going to go ahead and refresh to see if they have. So it looks like you updated source, and then try updating the audio tags, and we'll see if that works out. Okay. Okay, so looks like, looks like #1 ceilings fan soundboard is nice and up online. So shout out to them. Okay, so just to kind of give you a quick recap of what I've previously designed it to, we can design this one together. So it doesn't matter if it looks like this or not. It's just one example. Okay, so next what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and kind of make this a little prettier. So when y'all look at this, what's something you wish it looked like? What's something that I could do to make this look better and more presentation worthy? Is there anything, do we want to change color? Do we want to change sizes? Things like that. The buttons. What about the buttons? What do we want to change about them? Make the buttons the same width. Okay, let's try that out. Also, Adam, at the dynamic button adding works in just an HTML file. Remember, we're doing this in one file. That being said, if you want to do it in another file, we can, but let us know how that goes. Make them look cooler. Okay, great. So let's figure out how to make these buttons look cooler. Okay. So someone said make them the same. Sunder said to make them the same width. So I'm gonna make this width crazy like 300. I go ahead and run it. Oh, I think that's because I have to specify pixels. Okay, now that, oh, that's way too big. I'm gonna do 200. That feels better. Or maybe 100. Maybe we're doing a 100, 150. Okay, we have something. They're now the same width. What do you mean by make them blahage? Wait, Thunder, that's super cool. If you're interested, what we can do is set up like a couple of the pages, and then set up like, sorry, a couple of the buttons so it has the look we want, and then we can go ahead, and if you want to hop on stream or share your code, we can go ahead and test that out. Okay, a blahage background. Also, Scarlet, I'm down to change the shape. I don't know how much we can besides just rounding the buttons, but what kind of shape were you thinking of? Okay, I'm gonna look up blahage transparent. As you can tell, that is already in my search history because I have looked up blahage way too many times. Okay, what's a good blahage? I feel like this is a pretty solid blahage. Why not use the blahage that you sent me? You're right. I just don't think I currently have that downloaded. Okay. I guess, you know what? Let me see if I can find that. Otherwise I might have deleted it. So if, I don't know if you want to try resending that to me, we can figure that out. Rounded squares. Okay, we can do rounded squares. So if we want a square, then obviously it's going to have to be the same height that it is the width. And then if we want something rounded, then all we have to do is change the border radius to that. Oh wait, that's a rounded square. Okay, MLH hexagons. Let's see what's up. Let's see if we can do this. How to make a hexagon button HTML CSS. So this is live coding right here. If there is a bug, that is to be expected. So creating hexagon buttons with pure CSS. Let's try that out. Okay. Looks like that requires us to download something. I want to avoid downloading stuff, but yeah, you know, let's download some stuff. Okay, hopefully this isn't a virus. If it's a virus, I'm blaming someone else. Okay, I'm opening it up. It is unzipping right now, so need to make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and drag it over here. Okay, so now I have an assets folder. Let's look back at how they did this. So I need to link that right there. Or I need to link that to, what do I need to link that to? I need to link that link down here to grab access to those classes. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this because I'm not too sure what it does, but we're here to check this out. Okay, so we're trying MLH hexagons, and we'll see how this turns out. So, okay, let's see if this runs or not. Oh, yo, this is so, wait, do y'all see that? That's so, wait, this is so cool. You're right. This is so cool. Okay, so let's go figure out how to do that, but like for our buttons. So looks like, let's try adding a class here, and let's try saying HB, and we'll see if that works. Okay. Looks like it gets highlighted, but I don't know if it necessarily gets us what we're looking for. So maybe if instead of harp and here, we go ahead and we make this say harp. And we try putting the span in here. Okay. Looks like we're getting somewhere. Might not be where we want it to be, but we're getting somewhere. So then, you know, the great thing, I'm just going to keep moving things around until hopefully it turns out how I want it to be. Let's see how this works. It did not work. I don't know what I did. Did not great. So we're just going to Control Z. Okay, I'm going to try taking away this code right here and see if running it, I'm taking away the, ooh, I took away the CSS styling. So let's see what's up. Let's make this just plain HB instead of HB. Oh, it looks like you need to specify some kind of size. So instead of XS, I'm gonna do XL. Did not work. Maybe I do need to make it bigger, but I should make the background color. Oh wait, that's JavaScript. Background color white. Let's see. No. But if I make it XS, what happens? Okay, XS does work. Let me see what the other sizes are. Thank you for embarking on this oopsie moment with me. Okay, so the other sizes that we can use are, oh, LG, that's the largest, but it looks like medium would fit best. So let's try medium right here. Yo, okay, this is kind of sick. We did it. I don't like how big harp is, but we can use some CSS to figure that out. I'm also going to figure out how to hide the borders. I'm going to say border 0. And let's see if that gets rid of the button borders. Yeah, it works. It works, y'all. We got it functional. Okay, this is pretty sick. Okay, but yo, shout out for suggesting this. This is so cool. Okay, so now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we should resize this text. This text, not great. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get rid of this little hexagon over here. And I'm going to give this, I'm gonna make a paragraph tag in here because we don't have paragraph tags anywhere else. Make sure to close it instead of having 2 open ones. So I'm gonna make a paragraph tag and give it some style. First, I wanna make sure that it's not accidentally being overwritten by anything. So I'm gonna make the color like pink. This way it's really bright and I know whether or not it's working. Okay, it looks like it is working, but the downside, is that it doesn't stay in the hexagon. So what happens if I take away P and instead I make this the class HB? Also, I love like this little like together moment of everyone just enjoying the hexagon working. Oh, yo, okay, so harp. Okay, so changing the color of each speedy class allows us to change the color of the harp. Does anyone have suggestions for what the color should be? I'm open to either like just plain colors or like a specific hex code. I'm also going to change the font size so it's not so massive to like what, 16 point? I think that should be good. Okay, look at this. Look at us go. Okay, I don't know what y'all have against pink. Okay, but pink is a good color. I guess like blush is like blue. Do you have any shade that you recommend? I also appreciate that your name is Hackathon, even if you do have this pink slander. Okay. Okay, a tool has a specific hex code, so let's try it out. EB4D4B. But it looks like we do love purple here, so I'm all for that. Okay, so what we have is like, it's like red, a dark pink, if you will. I think I go with it. This is so cool. I love how like there's this effect right here. Maybe I want to change it. So let's see if maybe that has to do with like the hover effect. And let's see if I can change it to like a purple or an ABCDEF. That I think that's going to be like a blue green. Okay, so let's try running this. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does. Oh, it's like a light blue. It's kind of cute. I'm a big fan of A, B, C, D, F, G. So it looks like it works. Okay, so then what do we want the background of this hexagon to be? Okay. I'm gonna make sure the colors match. What do we want the background of this hexagon to be? What are we vibing with? Aqua? Okay, so background color, aqua. This is not my soundboard. This is our soundboard. Let me change it to MLH Hackers. So this is Major League Hackers soundboard. Let's make sure we change that. Oh, this is interesting. So I guess we're learning more about how this hexagon got made. It looks like we can't change, It looks like it's like a rectangle with a bunch of rectangles on it. So there's like 3 rectangles. I'm not sure if we can change this then. So what if I do, that's so interesting. It looks like it's not, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the border so we don't have like that outline, and it's instead just, you know, cool, it's cool vibes. I'm digging. I dig this. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and let's add a background color for this one. Sounds like we want to go with a, not sure what color this is. What is that? That's a green. That's definitely a green. No, that's a blue. A dark blue. Okay. I go with this. So this is what our harp button looks like. And so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the screen so I can share the sound with y'all again. I know it's a little tedious, but that's how we make sure that we can make this work. Okay, so then Then now, if I click this cool hexagon button that we worked on together, we play a beautiful harp. Okay, so now to what, or let me actually change the, this right here. That should not have an S. Neither, okay. Yeah, there we go. So, oh, please share the link for the hexagon. So I got the hexagon buttons from this page right here. Okay, I'm sending that in the chat if you're interested in also getting hexagon buttons. This is what we did. So shout out to everyone for making that hexagon button with me. You got me out of my comfort zone and we made something, like we learned about something cool and made something kind of cool looking. I'm a big fan. Okay, so next what we have is, I guess I should do the same thing to the bass drum, unless we want to leave that alone. So what I'll go ahead and do is, okay, I'm gonna do it like this just because I don't like to do a lot of typing. So I'm just copying and pasting. I'm gonna put enter and run. Oh, then I should change this so it says bass drum. I'm also going to add a break in the center of this, that way it doesn't. Oh, that's weird. We're just going to ignore that then. Okay, wait, that's so cool. How do you make the button Space Invader shaped? But yeah, sometimes if you're using like other CSS, it does make it a little difficult because there's other things going on behind the scenes that like you don't have, you can't necessarily see. You know what? We love people who kind of go out of their comfort zone. I want y'all to be like looking up stuff like this because it's so cool. And then what we can do is we can come together, and even we can come together and, you know, like share off everyone's thing. What is TNR? I'm not sure what that is. You can add your own CSS and kind of put maybe important next to it if it's not working. I'm sorry, are you suggesting buttons in the shape of Ryan? I feel like I'm behind on like a joke here and I'm so confused. Someone please let me know what this, oh no, so you do mean buttons in the shape of like Ryan, the human. Okay. Wild. Okay, wait, this is an actual question about code here. So how do you add your own sounds? So the way you would do that is by go ahead and download the file, and then I have a folder named sounds here. You can go ahead and click that, and I use Brave, so it's based off of Chromium. So if you have like Brave, Edge, Chrome, whatever, when you download it, it should pop up at the bottom right here, and you can just click and drag. Otherwise, you can also go to Files and click Add File up the top here, or Upload File. I think that might be what you want. Ooh, okay, you want the text in the center, so let's try to do margin. Do you mean margin or padding? Oh, it sounds like, it doesn't look like we have a specific class for the text, so we might have to try padding instead of margin. So let's actually try and see what's up, if that does anything. It doesn't look like that changes things, so I think technically it does fit. I just want to highlight this. I feel that. Okay, could give them a top, left, and right borders for a mustache. Snowy Pigeon, do you have like a visualization of this? Because I'm all for visualizations. Okay. Also, I'm so excited for y'all to show off yours in the end, okay? So like, as we're coding together, have fun and code your own so that way we can see, it doesn't have to be the most technically beautiful. It doesn't need to be like 5 lines and do so much. It just needs to be fun. Fun and something that like represents you in your code. Because I feel like we always get stressed out, or at least I do, where like sometimes I'll go to hackathons, I'll go to class, and like I worry about like, oh, is this perfect? Is this the best I can do? And sometimes, it's nice to take a break and just make something that's just fun, all in fun. Okay, so okay, what's next? So next we have this beautiful hexagons right here. Let's go ahead and add a few more. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to copy and paste. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. So I have 9 sounds in total, so I'm just gonna copy and paste this like 9 times. And then we'll run this. So, looks like this automatically looks good. So, so I want it to be a 3x3 grid. So I'm gonna add some quick divs really quick to make it pretty simple and make sure that even if I resize it, it's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a class of row. Oh, I'm glad your fancy stuff works. I'd love to see it when everyone's like showing off. Or actually, if you want to share your code, I can try adding that into my code, and it can really be like a hodgepodge of all the hackers. Okay, but I think right now I probably will stick with my copy and paste, just to be consistent. So this right here, mine is the basic version. You know what? Y'all's is going to be the beautiful, like your own version. It looks like Adam and Sunder have your button generations working. That's pretty cool. Do y'all want to post a link and show that off? Otherwise, I will just be copy and pasting. Okay. I'm not even copy and pasting, I'm like retyping these things too. So, but sometimes typing is fun. It's fine. We're all good. Okay. No, we'll definitely have more time. We'll have more time before we'll show off, just to give y'all some time to, get settled. Okay. Get settled, figure out what you want yours to be and how you can make it as great as possible. So I'm just doing a bunch of divs right now to basically make it so I can edit it. So I'm just making divs with the class row because I want to make these into this into like a 3x3. So I have a class named row, and then I also have a big div surrounding all of it on called soundboard. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly, I'm going to give soundboard, I'm going to give it a display flex. This is going to let me do some more formatting with it. I'm going to give it flex direction of column, and then I'm going to give row a flex direction of row. This is essentially letting me tell the code like, hey, I want to make sure that you're in rows and you're in columns. So that way when I resize it, it stays in that 3x3 instead of like growing into a big row. Okay. If you want to show off your code, if you have either Replit or like a GitHub link, Replit is probably preferred just because it's easier to pull up and you have like the view and the code all on one page. Okay, you want to try a rotating button? That's valid. You also, if you have Replit, you can also use GitHub. So this button on the left right here, there's a version control, and you can do GitHub right there. So yeah. Okay, I want to make sure. Uncommitted changes. So I want this to happen. I'm gonna copy and paste this really quick. This might disappear for a second. That's okay. I'm hoping that nothing goes too poorly. Okay. Because I want to make sure that your master, okay, has everything added hexagon buttons. Okay, hope this works. Okay, so okay, I might. Okay, I'm just going to. I need to open Twitch so I can open the chat. What is the best way, actually, to get? Okay, give me one sec. I will literally have to type your thing, and that is a-okay with me. Okay, I'm super excited to kind of see what these mustaches look like and see, you know, if it's something that we can incorporate. So honestly, like sometimes doing things like this, I know I said this like 20 bazillion times, doing things like this is a good time. Kind of makes you remember like what's fun about coding. Also, I don't know if I typed in the wrong Discord message, but it says I can't be found. So let me make sure that I'm typing it correct. Oh, I think I figured out where my typo is. Okay. So while we're like taking this time, while people like go ahead and kind of send your progress in the chat if you want to check it out, check out other people's or share your own. And then we'll also go ahead and check out this lovely mustache in progress to see what's up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this has major like handlebar vibes. I don't know if I can. I have to stop sharing screen again, and then I'll go ahead and share my whole window. Okay, this is Pigeon's so far. Pigeon has like kind of like a handle vibe thing going on. I'm down to see like how far you can go with it. Maybe give it like little eyes at the top. I feel like that might be fun. Okay, then we'll go ahead and what we'll do is we'll keep coding until about 4:10. So about 13 more minutes, and then go ahead and let me actually change my Discord settings so y'all can DM me. Find me on Discord. I'm Mara from MLH. I'll be in the Major League Hacking Discord community. And go ahead and DM me if you would like to join the stream. Okay, and we'll go ahead and have people join the stream in about, what is it? In a little bit, maybe like, yeah, about 10 minutes. So feel free to DM me now just to kind of get yourself queued up. That way you can show off all the amazing work that you're doing. Okay, so they suggested a rotating button. So let's see how we can rotate. I think that has to do with like animations, how to rotate in CSS. There's something with like WebKit that you have to do. Let's see. Oh, it looks like there's a rotate CSS function. Okay. If anyone wants to check out their CSS library and try it out, apparently it's not very responsive and it breaks a lot, but it would be cool to test out. Okay, so this does rotate. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is let's try transforming it and rotating it. So let's try like rotating it upside down. I feel like that would be fun. So what is this? So it's a button that's on the outside. So let's try when you hover on the button, it transform, rotate 180. I think that's the syntax that it gave me. 180 deg. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run that. Let's see how, okay, did it break? It didn't break. Oh, it doesn't like, it just flips. It doesn't move. There's, there's what's the transformation delay? What is it? Transform delay, transition speed? Okay. Transition. Ooh, okay, we want transition duration. Okay, wait. Transition duration? Is that what we want? Transition, we'll do transform 2 seconds. Transition, oh, 1 second, okay. So we'll try 1 second. Shout out to everyone for helping me out. Okay, so if we go hover, yo, this is so much fun. Okay, wait. And then y'all can't hear this, but it still plays music. Look at this, we did this together, y'all. Okay, so instead of the border color being white, I'm gonna look up how to make something transparent. I think you just do, we'll just make it, I think this makes it transparent, just so it doesn't overlap on everything. Yeah, there we go. So now it's not cutting over any. Ooh, 3 seconds, ease in, ease out. That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, I'm learning so much from y'all. Okay, that being said, if you want to be a part of the stream, feel free to DM me and I can send you a link so that way you can come join. If you would prefer to just have me show off your code, you can go ahead and chat it, and then I'll go ahead and start opening it up. Y'all are doing amazing. This is so cool. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I think I'm gonna speed this up so it's like 1.5 seconds, just so it's still like a little bit like twirly. But I really like this ease in, ease out. Y'all, we did this together. Okay, you can't. Okay, you're right. It is like being a concert. This is, you know what? Pandemic and all, but this is all I need for my music entertainment. Okay. You can't hear the audio even though it says audio toggled. Okay. Do you mind if I pull up your code again and test it out? And then, or do you want to like keep it secret for now? Number one ceiling fan. Let me know. Okay. So, number one ceiling fan is right here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and refresh, see what's up. Okay, yeah, I'm getting the same thing. So let me check out your code. I'm not able to hear it either. So sorry for anyone who's getting like the flashing. I don't know how to change that. Okay, so code, let's go to index. Let's say you have audio. Looks like your audio files are looking good. Oh, I know why. Okay, so one thing to say is that if you are currently typing this link, that's fine, but make sure that you don't have any open tags, because if you don't close the tag, HTML is really weird and it doesn't like tell you there's an error, like a syntax error. It just won't work like you think it would. Okay, so one thing, if you want the audio to play, make sure that in this toggle audio function, you have audio.play. Okay, so make sure that you're doing audio.play in your toggle audio function. Otherwise, it's not actually doing anything. It's just going to console log. Just saying that you're toggling audio, just having that function doesn't mean you're actually doing it. You make sure that you do audio.play or whatever you named your variable there. Okay. And so for anyone who like came in later or needs like a refresher on like what's happening with audio, essentially what we have here, we have this function that we call on click. Okay. It's this function called toggle audio that takes in a sound and a number. We haven't done anything with the number yet, so no worries. With the sound, this is basically the name of the name of the ID of the sound. So this says bass drum for the ID. That's the same thing as what's being fed in there. Okay, and then make sure that you define a variable audio. So you have var audio, and then you're going to do some JavaScript to get access to the HTML element. And the way you do that is you go var audio equals document.get element by ID. So you're going to feed in an ID and get the element in return. So in our case, we passed in the ID through the sound variable. So I'm going to put in sound here. And then now that we have this variable name audio, I can go ahead and use the play method. So that's how that part is working. Okay. I'm going to also go ahead and, okay, I'm going to check in on Discord, see if anyone's interested on joining stream. Okay. Okay, so I want to make sure that before we start having people come in on stream, that we give a chance for people to debug. Okay, so is anyone having other problems that you need help debugging? That being said, while we're at this point, if anyone showed up late, make sure that you go to hackpack/hackwithmara and check in for this event. That way you can get some guild points. If you're not a part of a guild already, I hope you are. There's some really great guilds out there. There's the Hash Gang, which is currently at the #1 of the leaderboard, I think. It's a great time, as well as ES Techies. It's a guild built together strictly on just being in the same time zone. There's a lot of working professionals, so it's a great way to network. There's also Eddie Hop, which I believe are fans of a popular YouTube channel. Oh, sick. I just realized Blahaj Gang hit 10,000 points. That's so sick. Love it. Okay, but there's a lot of great guilds for you to join out there. I like to describe them as, we're all the hacker community, but this guild is our hacker family for, just one of our hacker families that we'll create while we're in this community. So what's really cool about Lahaj Gang is that you can go ahead and join Lahaj Gang Guild. You can join our Discord server, and it's been super active. Oh, also shout out to the developer student community, which I believe is the developer student community, I believe, is part of like a Google campus program. So they're also doing pretty great out here. They're another one of the top guilds. Shout out to Equal Code. What are you all about? I'd love to hear. Okay, so Scare, if you want to go ahead and share it without having people edit, you can just go, oh, what is it? I think if you just send it like this, instead of sending it via like share, then it doesn't edit. Because when #1 Ceiling Fan, oh, I have so many tabs open. When #1 Ceiling Fan sent theirs, I couldn't edit. I can only like look at it. Or maybe I can't edit. I don't know. We're just trusting each other not to hack. Okay. So let's see what's up. #1. Okay. So bass drum. Looks like you do have the bass drum here. Okay, so let me check out yours right here. Okay, so your bass, so number one ceiling fan, your bass drum does work. Y'all probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. But the thing is, your harp is not going to work because you have to make sure that while you do have bass drum here, okay, while you do have bass drum here, you don't have it, like you don't have any ID here. So here you would want to say harp, and then you want to make sure to close this button right here before you start a new one. And then, yeah, before you start a new one. And okay, actually, let's go ahead and let's talk about the structure a little bit. So the way that we're doing this is let's start with these downy. I'm gonna make this so I'm going to grab an audio. I'm gonna grab it as a gong, just to make it simple. Okay, so, or congas sound good. So what I'm doing right here is I have this audio file that is, or this audio element that just has congas, okay? So the first thing that you need to do before you introduce a new sound is you need to make sure that you have this audio element that tells you, that has an ID attached to it and tells you where to get that sound. So the ID is congas, that's how we're gonna grab it in the JavaScript, and the source is saying like, what music are we gonna play? So then after we get the audio ID, then we can go ahead and make a button. I have a bunch of buttons already made, so I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to rename it to work for what we need. So my ID for this is congas, so I'm going to go ahead and change that string for toggle audio. I'm also going to go ahead and change the label right here. Okay, then what's going to end up happening is when I press this button, I'm going to go ahead and run this. Y'all won't be able to hear it because I don't have sound attached, but when I press this button, it's going to play some congas because it's going to run the toggle audio function. Okay, so it's going to run the toggle audio function. And then based off of that, it gets your sound that I passed in, which is congas. It's the same ID as the audio element, and it's going to go ahead and play that. Okay. Let's check out Scarlet. So let me go ahead and delete a bunch of tabs. Okay. Okay. Bunch of tabs, and let's check out Scarlet's. Okay. Great. Let's see what's up. Okay, so I'm going to look at your code. Okay. Oh, wait, this is so cool. I'm going to actually pull this up on another page so we can see this a little bit bigger. And that being said, if y'all want to hop on stream, feel free to DM me. I'll start pulling people in after we debug this last thing, and then I'll start pulling people so that way we can show off what we've done so far today. And then make sure that you submit it. If you're waiting right now, go ahead and go onto our dev post and make sure that you're submitting. So, okay, oops. So let's get this to reload. See, that might be something on my end. Okay. Oh, wait, this is so sick. Wait, this is so, hold on. Wait, this is so sick. Okay. Shout out to you. This was just a plot for you to show off how cool your Space Invaders is. I love to see this. I love to see this creativity. Okay, we're gonna take a sneak peek at the code and see what's up. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot going on here. it's a lot of styling. Honestly, getting that button to look that good, that's so impressive. And I know someone earlier said purple is like where it's at. So I hope you are happy with this nice purple Space Invaders. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start sending people, I'm gonna start sending people some, this is mine right here. It's pretty simple. We got some cool animations going on here. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and start sending off invite links. So if you want to go ahead and join, you can. Okay, so I'll probably just take it in order of like whoever shows up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I just sent out some invites, and yeah, we do have a lot of bass drums. I I definitely do have things to improve on. Looks like first up, we'll probably have Adam. As soon as Adam gets set up on his end, then we'll go ahead and share. So honestly, while we're waiting for Adam to show up, let me go ahead and open up some replets that we can show off. Okay, so showing off this one right now. Oh, did I type it in wrong? Okay, for some reason I am not, do I need to, is it case sensitive? Okay, for some reason I'm not, why? Y'all are able to pull it up, right? Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna open this one up and then we'll go ahead and check out Adam's, or if it doesn't work this time, okay, it works. So let's go ahead and see what's up. Okay. Yo, this is so good. I'm very much here for it. It sounds like it all works. I know you can't hear it from mine, but I love this photo right here. It's all a very cute Lahaj hugging its tail. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off to Adam so that way he can go and show off his amazing work. So what's up, Adam?
Hello.
How's it
going? Not bad. So obviously mine's nowhere near as beautiful as yours. I went for, can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but we can't hear the sound if you're clicking.
I haven't clicked anything yet. Can you see my mouse? I can't see it on the screen.
No, I don't think we can. Oh,
I wasn't on the top.
Can you also zoom in? Because I know it looks a little bit smaller on the screen. Oh, amazing.
Okay, so obviously mine doesn't look as nice as yours because I've spent time getting it to work, not so much to look good, but I'm hoping people will be able to hear if I click this.
But basically, Will ASMR is something
you start
like,
to hear Will.
To do ASMR properly, we're going to need to turn up the mic gain and lower models.
Oh, did you go through all the Twitch clips to get these sounds?
No, they're from the Melons website.
For 2020.
There's no way to stop them at the moment, unfortunately.
Just refresh.
Yeah, and then we've got the pizza one. This one's from YouTube.
Make sure, just as a disclaimer for anyone who wants to like publish this, make sure you're not like breaking any like copyright things or anything. Mm-hmm. That being said, I don't know how much we can play of like non-royalty free like sounds. So please avoid any like.
I won't click this one then.
Okay, perfect. Just because I don't want this video like taken off for MLH to get in trouble. Classic.
It's probably a rip headphone users moment. I don't think this one is any like copyright. Literally just the sound of coffee beans and stuff.
Oh, that's so nice. This is like a nice like, yeah, this is a nice like kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Nice what? Not ASMR, but like kind of.
Yeah.
They sound like coffee beans and drum rolls. I'm a very big fan. Okay. What is the absolute tune by chance?
Just wait for the coffee one to finish and then I'll click it.
This is amazing. I love it, y'all. Okay, this is definitely a rip headphone music. Sorry to anyone.
Rip headphone users, as per usual. I mean, you can't expect me to do something without absolutely ripping headphone users to pieces. Nice to see. Nice to see I'm not the only person who's done that.
Shout out to #1 Celine fan and Adam for being one and the same when it comes to this. Anyone? Oh, sorry, really quick. If anyone wants to come to the stream, find me on Discord and DM me at MLH or Mara MLH. Okay.
So
but yeah,
I'll grab you the source code to show you how I did it. So the way I did it, I had an array of the sound. Hold on. I had an array of the sound to the text that goes on the buttons. And then because mine were all coming from GitHub rather than being in a local folder, I had an array of the separate links for each one. So it loops through this array and then it adds the button and it fills it in using the data from the array. And then it just does the same for the audio and it sticks it all into the body. So when you go onto Chrome, you can see, let's zoom in with this. Basically at the bottom of it, it's just got button, the audio, the button, the audio, button, the audio, etc., etc. Right at the bottom.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot cleaner than mine.
Yeah. So that's how I did it. You know,
well, that looks pretty great.
Always there for the optimizations.
Yeah, no, we do.
And the absolute tunes.
Yes, we are always there. It looks like you definitely got some compliments on the music.
It is a good song as well.
And then it looks like racing is something pretty common. And I also love to invite onto stream. We got someone else in the queue. So thank you, Adam, for showing off your wonderful Melon Squad soundboard. Again, if anyone wants to join stream, feel free to DM me on Discord, Mara from MLH, and I'll go ahead and send you a link. But in between, while we're waiting for people to set up, we'll also check out other links. But okay, but everyone say thank you to Adam for showing off his absolute tune. Okay.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, so next up we have Sunder. So Sunder, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Would you like to share your screen and show off your wonderful soundboard?
Yeah, just give me a moment. Share screen. Select window or screen. Let me just make sure I'm actually doing the right one. Name soundboard should be the right one. I believe that should be right. Allow. Can you see it?
Let me go ahead and add it to stream, and that way everyone can see it. Okay.
So
I don't think we can hear the sound though.
Let me have a look.
You might have to share a tab, and then after you share a tab, then you can go ahead and share a tab, and then you can click share sound. So in the meantime,
share sound?
Yeah. If it doesn't share, then we can go, if you're down, you can go ahead and just send like a link to maybe like the GitHub or anything, or just kind of show off your code and walk us through how you did it.
I've got I made a repo just for this, so let me just make sure it's up to date with the code on my computer. It's well, why can't I do Control A? That sucks. Sorry. There we go.
No, it's
Now,
all good. Okay.
yes.
While you are pulling that up, I'm also going to show off a couple. So I'm gonna, So I'm going to go ahead and show off a couple as well. So looks like we're going to show off our first one, which is going to be a tools right here. So you are all about minimalism. So let's check you out really quick. And then we see that we have the harp, beautiful. We have some opera. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that really quick. But I honestly do love this look. I like the font up here. It looks really good. I love like the two colors. And then also we'll check out another one right here. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that I'm sharing the sound for that one as well. And then
that one looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Do you have it ready on REPL?
It's on the I've put it in the private StreamYard chat, and I've put it in the Twitch chat as well.
So I'll go ahead and pull that up, and then you can explain to us what was your inspiration and how you did it. Okay. It's pulling up right after it loads. It will be pulled up.
Right after this ad break.
Okay, I think this should be the one I'm looking for. I have so many tabs called instruments right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's my one. Yeah. So yeah, it's the soundboard. Can you test it to see if it works?
Okay. So let me make sure. I think I'm sharing my tab.
Yeah. Does it work? Can you
all hear it?
I can't hear it on my end, but can you hear it?
I know we're going through some technical difficulties, so let's make sure that we can all hear it, just so we can show off how much Thunder has worked on this.
Well, the sounds are all the same, but
all right, but still, it's nice to know like it works. Okay, so I think it's this one right here. And we'll go ahead and share the screen again. And so let's start off with the gong.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Right. There we go.
So let's check out the code over here. Is there anything special you did with the code?
I did something quite similar to Adam in that I had a list of all the samples, and I generated I made a list of all samples, and then I generated the buttons and the audio objects using that list, and then very similar to how Adam did it basically, and then each button just has an ID for the sound, and then when you click it, it just plays that sound. So. And the CSS is just something that I literally copied pasted from something else that I'd already done before, because I did a very similar thing to do with Sonic Pi and sending commands to Sonic Pi and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, no, this looks really great. I love how it's looking here. So thank you for hopping on stream and kind of showing off what you have so far. Looks like someone appreciates your accent.
Yes.
And then also looks like someone, Aminos, agrees with you that, I think making this button generator is the only way to do this. Okay.
Yes.
So,
thank you.
Adam,
With my British-
with Adam's British accent. But thanks for joining. And if anyone else wants to hop on stream, just DM me. I will send you a link to come join. But then we'll go ahead and show off some other people's work as well. So thank you, Senator.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Okay, so now we got a couple more going on. Looks like we have. Let's go ahead and show Yash's. Okay. So I'm going to stop my screen so I make sure I share the right tab. The only downside about this streaming service is that I have to stop sharing and then share. Okay, so now I'm here. We are on Yash's. So looks like we got a bunch of buttons here. Is there a specific one you would like me to press? I'm really liking the shadow that comes up. It makes me just want to like move my mouse back and forth against this. I'm gonna try a random sound. Looks like that was a drum roll. Okay, let's try the third sound. 3 is a good number. Ooh, loving the bugles here. Yeah, I love like all the different looks that people have. It's definitely all very, very different. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any other ones I might have missed. Let's check out number 1, ceiling fans soundboard. Let me go ahead and, oh, I already have it up and I see something called Polish cow. Polish cow? I don't know. I'm very interested, needless to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and share it off. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so y'all can see. Okay, we got 4 options here. What do y'all want to hear first? Okay, do you want to hear the harp, the bass, Lahaj time? It's either Polish or Polish cow. So what do we want to hear first? 4 options. The cow. I honestly, thank you, Spicy Paneer. That's what I wanted to hear too. So just so y'all know, this is number 1, ceiling fans. Okay, it sounds like we're all here for the cow. Thank you. Thank you for the cow. Okay, now we're gonna check out the Hajj time. Okay, that was the second time. We got oh goodness. You could have rickrolled us. You could have. You really could have. So sounds like we got some, this is Absolute Tunes, I guess like part 2, but now it's rebranded as Lahaj time. I like it. Looks like Yusuf says it's a party time, and Hackathon really agrees in your taste of music. And it also sounds like, ooh, my mouse is not working. It sounds like someone's going to make an addition to this. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and let me scroll up to see if there's anyone I missed. Is there anyone who wants to show off their code that they haven't had a chance to? I'm really scrolling up. Okay. Is there anyone who would like to show it off? Okay. I know, I'm really liking these sounds too. So like this is my favorite part of, honestly, of these streams, just having y'all make your own twist. Yes, and shout out to number 1 ceiling fan. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to take this time to submit our work. If anyone is looking for inspiration, you can make the memeiest sounds. This is live right now. I am talking right now. And let me check out Snowy Pigeons. Okay. The TNRs. Oh, the Totally Not Ryans. You actually did it. I'm amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna type it in here so that way I don't have to stop sharing my screen. Pigeons/Portly. Pigeons pottering. I'm loving the alliteration right here. Okay. Oh, I typed that wrong. Okay. Ooh. Let's try this out. I'm so excited. Oh, you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. Look, you added eyes. This is amazing. I don't even care if it plays music or not. Oh, it's got like, I can't tell if it's like, I feel like they are mustaches, but at the same time, it feels like it's also a mouth. Yeah, that's valid. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're actually all going to go get some points right now. Snowy Pigeon is a she. So shout out to her for making these beautiful TNRs. It sounds like people are vibing with it. They think it's cute, and that it's art. Honestly, I love it. So speaking of points, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm sharing my whole screen and we're all get some points together before I go ahead and sign off. Okay, so sounds like give her points. Okay, and woo, points. This is honestly a time. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is say hypothetically, I forgot how to submit challenges to get points. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to local hack day because local hack day has all this information. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go to challenges. It's going to scroll down and I'm going to find the instrument emulator. So, and then right here, it tells us submit to dev post. Then I'm going to go here and it looks like it's Hackpack LHD share daily dev post. So I'm gonna send it in the chat as well. And so we're on dev post here. Make sure you're logged in. If you're not, this is something that you can always like do again later as well. All you have to do is join the hackathon, okay? Join it. I'm gonna say I already have a team. Y'all are my team. I learned this from Major League Hacking via website, I guess, and I agree to follow the rules. That's basically saying like you're not cheating. Okay, so I can also create a project, start a project. I'm going to go ahead and start a project, okay? I'm gonna make sure I get my link over here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna send this link because this has both my whatchamacallit, both my code and my output. So I'm gonna give it a project name. I'm gonna do all this later too, but this kind of gives you an idea of where it goes. And then you wanna make sure that in your project details, you're going to put the your try it out links in your repo all in here, whatever is relevant to you. So I guess as a last thing before we head off, looks like Adam said there is a new leaderboard update. So let's see what the leaderboard is so far today. It looks like it was last updated. It looks like it was last updated about 3 hours ago. But if y'all are interested in seeing where we're at so far, this is where we are. I would like to give a special shout out to Girls Who Code UVA, who is now the 19th guild. Girls Who Code at UVA is actually a club I founded last year and recently passed on to new executive members. So it's really cool seeing that they are climbing up into the top 20. So shout out to Girls Who Code. Shout out to everyone here. It looks like we're doing such a great job. The fact that y'all are in the top 30 is phenomenal. Okay. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and log off now. It's been a really great time seeing you. And honestly, I love doing our streams together. As I was so kindly reminded this morning, our next stream, well, at least Hack with Mara, is going to be on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we will be automating something to share daily. I'm thinking of using Twilio API because I haven't done that in a while. And I like to diversify these things. So I'll always try to make it something that is easy to code, something we can all do together, and be prepared, or if you're comfortable, be prepared to come join me on stream, because that is my favorite part, getting to say hi to y'all. So I will see you all later. And oh, looks like actually we have one person who joined last minute to the stream. Hold on, y'all. Let's say hi. Hey, no, they left. Never mind then. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. It was a great time. I'm glad that y'all are so nice. This was really fun seeing everyone's work, and I'm glad that y'all got a refresher in HTML and CSS. You did a really great job today. Okay, bye y'all. See you Sunday.